guys. 14th of July 2021, and there's our little buddy. She kind of adopted us over there. Is she gonna let me pet her this morning? Hey, pretty girl. Hey. Hi, baby. Hey, pretty girl. Yeah, you're getting used to us, huh? There you go. Yeah, she kind of hangs around. We've been giving her something or other good to eat, so she's doing all right. We had a pretty good rain last night and then a heavy dew this morning, but it looks kind of clear today. It's nice and cool right now. It was, if you're doing something, it seems like it gets a little sticky, but it's nice. I wanted to talk about some of these places to eat. Yesterday we went to across the street from the park there, Lipa City, and they have a canteen over there. And not including the ice cream, we ate really good for, it was a little over $5, under $6. But then the kids wanted some ice cream, and some of these ice cream bars were expensive. It was brought it up to like $10 with the ice cream. So the ice cream bars here are kind of expensive, and I don't like them getting the real cheap ones. We actually went to sitting waiting for my wife to come out. It was a real hot day, so we were sitting in San Jose underneath the big sign there, and there's it's kind of raised up, so we were sitting on the stone there, and Mumu's top of his ice cream fell down into the gravel, so he was kind of bummed. Well, you know something? We were sitting there, and I looked there, I don't know, 15 minutes later when my wife come out, and it was still sitting there just like when it fell down. So a lot of these things they're giving you here, it's not ice cream. I don't know what it is. They make it cold, but it doesn't melt. So I don't think I'd want that in my body. But so we got them some good ice cream bars. The food, we got Faye ordered a big bowl of lomi, and then she got a big thing of pancit, and then she got me beef tapo with fried rice and a couple eggs. And we ate quite a bit. We all ate our fill. I thought it was pretty dang good. You have to watch here. They'll load everything up with MSG. I can't eat that stuff. I get sick as a dog. I ate just a little bit of the lomi, just a bite to try it and a bite to try the pancit, and I just get sick. I'll get sick almost immediately from it's magic syrup. It's nothing but straight MSG. Horrible stuff. So you have to watch that when you're going out. Even some of our friends we go to, when they cook, if I'm coming over, they won't use the MSG. They normally do, but when I come, because it makes I get super sick. I get just this terrible feeling. Got to get up and walk it off. So, but that had a little MSG in it, and I could really feel it yesterday. So, but not the beef tapa and the one I got. I just got to be careful not to eat the other stuff. But you'll find restaurants here. A lot of these little local ones they're not expensive at all. I like that one because it had all the prices on the big board. The folks in there were just about as nice as you could get. Very friendly people, and we'll go back there again. We'll definitely go back. They got all kinds of stuff. They sell beer in there, and it's like a store also. They got all kinds of stuff in there. So I see we're getting a load of sand. Excuse me. So they're getting ready to dump that off. They're moving along on these houses. That's a different model than ours. Excuse me. Well, good morning, baby. How are you today? Hi, precious dolly. There's my little sweetheart getting up. Mwah. Love you, baby. We're getting ready to make them some breakfast. I always like to wait till they're all up before we get started. We got the grass is really growing here. I don't care how they cut it down. It just grows so quick here. Just really, really something. But we're going to take the kids back up to the park again today. They really like it. We'll wait till it dries out a little bit. That place I noticed, like the basketball court and all these places holds water, big puddles of stuff there. So Hopefully that'll be better. They got the nice skateboard park. When we were leaving yesterday, we saw the kids skating on that skateboard. Reminded me of Bart Simpson. So they were really going back and forth on that. So this town here really put up a nice one. Carmona had it. We loved the park over there in Carmona also, but it was really sad that it was closed for so long. You get chased out of there all the time, and it really bugged me that we would go over there and there would be all these Filipino kids, and we just had some old guy that would chase us out all the time. And that just bugged the living heck out of me. Why didn't you just leave me alone? Walk away. When did you ever hear of a little kid getting the flu? I mean, this stuff of locking them down, this is a money thing. This has got nothing to do with the government giving a damn about your kids. Kids don't get the flu. It's stupid. They should be the ones out. And this stuff with this flu lasting a year and a half. Come on, guys. They're buffaloing you. You're getting bent over. I'm still not buying it. Is there a flu? Yeah. Is there other things people are dying from and they're tagging it as this flu? Yep. I guarantee it. It's just getting silly to me. They're opening little tiny bits, and then they want to make all this crap mandatory. Nah, baloney. I just seen that Frenchie over there going to make it all mandatory for his people to get shots, or they can't be French citizen. I'd believe there's going to be a bunch of refugees. I'd be leaving. Screw that guy. Frenchies have always been a little bit strange anyway. I was there. I went to France, and one thing I noticed when I was going around the country in general, just didn't seem like anyone was happy. If you smiled at somebody, looked at them, they just looked at you like you were dirt. Striking up conversations with somebody, even if you heard them speaking English, just was almost non-existent. There's my little buddy. Hello. So it just was I got out of there as quick as I could. I liked it better over in Germany. Those people were very friendly. England was okay, but France was just I just wanted out. I just wanted out of there. I did not like it. I didn't just the people, to me, just snooty. I heard people saying that people in England are snooty. Now I didn't really run into that compared to France. Those people were snooty. And the other thing that I ran into over in France, I'm kind of tall, and you get that wafting. A lot of the people just stunk. I don't think it wasn't because they didn't take a bath. I think it's because they were wearing the same clothes 2 and 3 days in a row. There was a lot of really stinky people over there. I couldn't believe it. I went into a bar one time. It was like a club thing, and there's a lot of young people in there. One little girl wanted to dance, and she wasn't real tall, and she put her arms up around my neck, to kind of dance. And when she raised her arms up like that, my goodness, I almost puked. The smell that came from her armpits. I kid you not. Beautiful little girl, but my goodness, I mean, maybe they all had COVID and they couldn't smell, and that was years ago. So who knows? But yeah, that was really strange. He's going to make it mandatory. You guys, this shot, it just seems odd to me that if you want to take it, great. I still say this. This is my bag. This is my thing. I want to talk about. If you want it, get it. I don't care. But don't make me do it. I just saw a really funny meme where the guy was walking in the rain and there was a woman walking with an umbrella. And she says, "Oh, look at him. He's not wearing his umbrella. It's going to make mine not work." And that's it. If this dang thing, if it works, get it, guys. I don't care. You're protected. Leave me alone. Just leave me the heck alone. I don't want it. I don't want my children to have it. I feel no reason for it. I've never had a flu shot in my life. I don't see any reason. But are they going to coerce us? Are they going to force us into this by not allowing us to move because of this damn thing? Guys, that's communism now. This is the same thing happened in 30s Germany. If you don't think it is, then you're not thinking. You haven't read your history. Give me your papers. That's what this is about right now. This is control. If you don't think this is control, then my goodness, you better start boning up on history and swallowing the Kool-Aid and the programming from the news media, guys. Sorry, you just start looking stuff up. You're all going to say I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist, and this is blah blah blah. Well, something. This stuff is coming to pass. It's happening again. If you can't see it, and I know there's a lot of guys out there. My goodness, that hit me up on stuff. You're just crazy, and you need to get it, and they want to force me into get it because they got theirs. Well, just because I bought a Honda, everybody out there has to drive a Honda now? Is that the case? And it's mandatory because I bought one. You have to have one too. You can't have that BMW or the Mercedes. You have to buy a Honda like me. It's the same thing, guys. This is just ridiculous. But a lot of folks are getting fooled. A lot of folks are getting fooled, and people just don't do their homework on these vaxes. I'm starting to see there's graphene in them. That's an oxidizer, guys. That is an oxidizer. What do you do when you take your vitamins? You take antioxidants, so your body holds up. And then now you're going to take something that has graphene. How comes nobody I don't know anyone who's got the shot already who said, I want to see a list of ingredients. I want to see what's in there. They're not giving you that. Oh, just take your shot. It's fine. You don't know what the heck's in there. But you think about it, there's a lot of dopers that buy from some guy on the street, and they shoot stuff up in their veins. They don't know what they're getting either. That's what it is. It's just a dang drug. But instead of the shady guy on the street corner, it's the government now giving you something. I'd like to know what's in it. I remember when they were pushing for these kids to get shots here. The doctor was, we'll get it. We'll get the vaccine. No, nope. Don't want it. Don't need it. I remember when I was in the service, and they line you up to get all these shots to travel, and nope. Had to get a lawyer. Had to get a stupid lawyer to start, because I'm not getting it. I'm not getting these. And they said, well, you have to if you don't. Nope. No, I don't. And you know something? We pushed back. I never got a single shot from any of those guys. None of them. And they sent me here. I was sent here. So they tell you that you have to take it. It's mandatory. Now, they just keep telling you that. But when you push back, no, they can't. It's illegal. They can come in and say, yeah, you're property of us now, and you have to. No, you don't. Because I didn't. And I wasn't the only guy. I wasn't the only guy that didn't take that. I remember going through Boot. They walked us into a place in a big line where they were shooting different things. They had like a little gun thing. And I'm like, no, you're not sticking me on that. And they put me in a room and sent some doctor in. Some doctor, like, you have to get... Nope, I want a lawyer. I want a lawyer right now. And they sent some guy over from NIS. And I said, nope, this is baloney. He's a lieutenant... junior grade guy, and wound up being friends with him for years, even after I got out. And I said, I don't know if I really want you as an attorney because you're working for them. And he goes, no, I'm actually not. I will work for you. And he got it turned around real quick. They were gonna demote me and set me back and do all kinds of stuff like that. And he turned that around real quick. And then a couple other guys there was one other fellow, big heavy-set fella. He didn't take it. Morning, buddy. How you doing, handsome?
To the park.
Yes, we are. We're going to go to the park again today. So, yeah, they loved it at the park. Yesterday, they ran around the whole day. My back went into spasm. So today, when we go to the park, I'm going to take it a little easy. I said, Mama has to run around. I didn't have the camera out when she climbed up on the red thing all the way to the top. So that was kind of cool. But the kids, they started climbing. They need to get around. When it's just me, they don't want to try stuff. But when they see other kids doing stuff, then all of a sudden they're going to start to do it too. So they were out having just a blast. I like that park. I'd like to find out if there's any more around here. I think it's a beautiful Beautiful place that they built there. And there's a lot of nice stuff here in the Philippines. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to go to these fancy Dan places and all that kind of stuff. You can find places that are inexpensive, and it's very nice. Now, this place, I don't know what's going to happen when they open up the pool, if there's going to be a charge for that. But if they open up that pool, we're going to be there. They still got some time they got to go. They don't have the water on yet. That's why the bathrooms were closed, because they don't have the water hooked up and ready to go yet. One of the construction guys that was working there was talking to my wife and said, like the slide's going to be done today, and it's going to be soon. The water's going to be hooked up, and they'll have the bathrooms open. I guess they're going to have like a grand opening of the place. But this mayor here, his last name's Africa. Seems like he's doing it up here. He's making it. Morning. Hi, baby. Little baby. So got some people visiting, I think. But they do a lot of nice stuff. They got their exercise equipment, and even Carmona. They had that park was sitting for a while, and then they came in later and they fixed up a lot of things, painted, got it going. So you'll see if you're expats, if you come here, you don't have to spend a lot of money. I just seen somebody was talking about, he was going to come here with 165,000 pesos a month. He was rating it at 50 pesos on the dollar if he could make it here on that. And easily. I'm sure you could. It's always nice to have more, especially like if you're doing like me with the kids and stuff. But yeah, you could do it on that. It was on one of the expat sites. You could easily do it on that if you're coming here and you just got yourself a sweetie. It's just rents are all over the place. I remember when we were looking, that last one we rented for $10,000 a month. Electric bill wasn't too high, water wasn't too high. But it was you could. I've seen guys that were renting for $70,000. I saw a place for $65,000 too for rent. These big fancy schmancy in the high rise and all that. If that's what you want, if you got the money, go for it. Me, even when I had the money, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that for a rental. That's ridiculous. Hi, handsome. Oh, look at my beautiful boy. Love you, baby boy. You see the kitty over there? There's our little kitty. Yep. But you can find really inexpensive places that are nice too. Here, I'm talking to the different neighbors and everything, and after this COVID stuff, the electric company, they say they're really gouging. The one fellow over here said he got this ridiculous electric bill, and they don't give you like a regular bill like the last place, Meralco. They break it down. They show you what it was last month, what it was this month, your usage, what they're charging, what all the charges are for. Here they give you a stupid piece of paper that says we're going to come and shut you off, and all it says on there was the reading from the month before and the reading now. It doesn't tell you how much per kilowatt hour. It doesn't say what the taxes are. It doesn't say nothing. It's like this battle. Like it's just a bunch of lazy people. I told my wife, you need to go down there and get us a bill. I want to see a bill. No, we're not going to give you one. You're going to get. And my wife was like, well, you gave us a shut off. No, that's just a reminder. What the heck kind of people? And it's high. For me, that's high. We're not really running anything. We don't even run the fan all the time. We had that big fan going in the other house and electric cooker all the time and all this stuff. And we never saw, any huge bill. And this one here was near double from what we normally spend. It was pretty much double. So, and a lot of these folks are complaining. Just when people are getting hit and not able to work and make as much money as they could pre-COVID, they're going to gouge them. They're going to kick their price up. What made the price go up so high? So it's just a shame. It just seems like there's a lot of people in this country, or you could consider them poor. So they're going to just make them poorer, and the government. You can tell the government really cares. in countries around the world that they care for you when they start gouging. I hear that prices are going up everywhere. I look in the States at the price of the gasoline. What's happening to that? And then that president guy gets up there and says, yeah, we saved you 16 cents on your hot dog. And then they introduce a bill, they want to tax that. They want to tax money that you saved, money you didn't even make. Just because you saved it, they want to come up with a new tax on that. Guys, if you're not waking up and seeing what's going on, I get a lot of these people who say they voted for Biden. What do you think of him now, guys? Tell me something good he's done. Tell me one thing that guy has done that is good. And I'll tell you what, it just seems like he must be retired already, and he's in the most expensive nursing home in the world at the White House, because that seems like what it is. I watch him on TV, and I don't know how that his people can keep putting that poor guy up there like that. He's babbling. They made a big fuss over the last president, that his brain wasn't functional and all this, and they're not saying a word about this guy. So it's some kind of a deal going on, guys. It's some kind of a big deal. He's messed up. The poor guy, he's got to have old timers or something like that. So, and I feel bad for him. I don't think they should be doing to him. It's elder abuse, guys. It is elder. I don't care what his politics are or were. They have to be were, because I don't think he has any of that stuff now. Look at him. He's definitely in trouble mentally. They're just and who's really running the show? He can't. How can he make decisions? And look at the world leaders from around the world. You have to deal from a position of strength. I've learned that my whole life. We're not dealing from some position of strength. I'm sure the world stage right now is just laughing at the country. It just amazes me what's going on over there, and it's a shame. But you look at a lot of these world leaders; they're doing crazy stuff right now because they think they can get away with it. The United States, they always say they're leader of the world and all this kind of stuff. But you can't stay that way. There's no way it's going to stay that way with somebody who can't function. I mean, this guy can't function. If he was out walking in the road, wasn't some big politician or something like that, he'd be in the home right now. And that's what I'm saying. He's in the most expensive nursing home in the world right now. And they keep making this guy get up and do stuff. He's old. He should just be in there. That's one thing I can't understand about a lot of the politicians. Why are they staying in there? Why don't they go play with their grandchildren? They're getting old already, and they just keep pushing for power. They just can't let it go. They just can't do it, and that's a royal shame. Live some life. Hey, handsome. Let some young people get in there. Let some young people get in there with some new ideas and different ways to do anything, and make it mandatory. I truly think the politicians should have a mandatory retirement. A lot of companies do. A lot of companies have mandatory retirement. It should be the same thing for politicians. Just say, hey, this is the age, this is the cutoff. Make it 65. I could go for that. I could go for saying 65. Senators, congressmen, president, all of you, get out, get some young people in there. Who try something different. Right now, they're beating on the same old drum of this socialism. They're talking about a $6 trillion. You think your money's going to be worth a dime, guys? It's not going to be worth anything. It's going to be worth pennies on the dollar. It's going to fail. You can't just keep printing money. And it's the world reserve currency now. You guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you better start reading up on this. They have the world reserve, and it's going to get lost. Britain had it. Britain had the world reserve currency before us, and they lost it. But they just keep printing money. They keep printing these dollars, and people take them. What happens the day where people just said, we're not taking them no more? And China's pushing to get the yuan to be the world reserve currency and push us out. And personally, this stuff of printing money, that's just ridiculous. I remember when they were fussing when Reagan was in, and it was $5 billion debt. And then what's the debt now? You know, the realistic debt. How many trillions are we in debt now? Because they're printing money. So every time they print this money, guys, that money can't buy as much. You can't. You know, I remember talking to my father one time. He said he was working for $35 a week. And I said, boy, that ain't much money. Hey, we were living in a hotel with maid service and meals, you know, and it even had air conditioning, and we were living like kings. We took taxis everywhere we went, had all kinds of money, because that dollar was worth a lot. You know, he said you go to the grocery store, if you wanted to go buy stuff or buy a suit or something, he said, you get a nice suit for a few bucks. You know, it just was ridiculous. And then now look at what you got to pay. You know, and all these people, if you make 50 grand a year, let's say you're making that, they say the average person is making that in the States, 50 grand a year. It's not worth 50 grand anymore. You know, with all these debts, they're talking now that the inflation is going through the roof. It's going to be 1% a month. I was just watched a report on that. And so your dollar has just been diluted so bad, and you're not seeing it. You guys who voted for Biden, you just think, oh, that's fine. It's okay. We're going to be fine. You know, we've been through this before. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. Why do you want to keep going through it if you've gone through it before? Are you nuts? I don't know, guys. But I'm gonna let you go. I'm rambling on about political stuff again. But hey, that's me. You know, I had some people say, well, quit talking about that. Just show the Philippines. Well, there's the Philippines, guys. There's my little world right here. There it is. But this is stuff on my mind. I worry about these little children and what's going to happen in their world. And I'd like just people to know what I'm thinking, and maybe they'll come back and they'll say, oh, you know, here's a good idea, or let's try this or do that. And the sad thing is, in this country, you can't like vote or anything like that, even if you live here. And it just really bothers me that, you know, you get all these people crossing the border in my country and they're all voting, you know, and they're getting welfare and they're getting all this stuff. You know, here you ain't getting any of the free services. You're a foreigner here, that's fine. You know, that's their deal. That's fine with me. I don't really want them. Don't need them. But you know, in my country, you get all these border hoppers, and they're promoting them because they know they're going to get votes for it. Because you know they just want everything for free. But you know, you just start thinking about it. What happens when the money runs out? You know, they keep giving away all this free stuff, and you get people who are working, busting their tails off, and they just keep, you know, giving. I lived in California, and it was a really sad thing. There was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There was 11 houses in my little cul-de-sac. 2 of us were working. The one guy worked for the city, and I worked for the state. And the people next to us, they were on the dole, you know, was a family there. And then to the next to me on the other side, they were on the dole. There was a fellow across the street. Him and his wife had a nice car. They had 2 beautiful kids. He was a tall guy like me. He couldn't make it in the NBA, so he played for the Luxembourg team. And he was like, no, he didn't work. They were on the dole too. Yes.
After breakfast and after.
I know you want to go to the park. I know. Yeah. So you know that's how many people were. You know, and there was a family down on the end of the cul-de-sac. They were a nice couple. They were from the south, and they were having parties, big parties every weekend. Big parties with drinking and partying and all this stuff. And the thing that really got me was the guy invited me over to the party. So I thought, okay, so I'm going to go over to this party over there. And they started drinking whiskey early in the morning, and he was telling me his brother that he hadn't seen in 20 years was coming up from Alabama, and he was going to see his brother. Well, after, you know, I stopped over in the morning to see if I could just help out with the cooking. Well, they were already starting the party at the morning, and they were, oh, glad you come, and you had some good food, but people were drinking whiskey already, so I decided, okay, it's time for me to go, you know. And that night, right around dark time, I heard a couple shots. And I had buttoned my place up because all these people were coming, looked like gangbangers and stuff were coming through the neighborhood. And wasn't too long later, there was police all over. Here, he got in a tiff with his brother he hadn't seen in 20 years, shot and killed him right up the street. You know, it was just crazy. And there were, you know, a lot of people with ankle bracelets. That's the new jewelry out there in California. And it just was terrible how stuff goes like that, but it seems to be the way it's going, guys, and you don't see so much of that here. I'm glad they don't have a welfare thing. People get up and work, you know, if they can, but this why is the government stifling everything? These kids, there's reports all over how damaging it is to the children right now by not going to school, and it is. And the sad thing is too, though, I saw another report on here that even the kids that were going to school are really deficient in what they're learning. That's why we want to get the kids in private school. My wife was talking to the lady at the restaurant, and there was a young man in there, looked like her son, and you know, he was saying he started naming off some private schools. So another context we can look into to get these kids into private schools, so we can really watch their learning, look at their books and stuff, because you know, it seems to me if they don't teach you and they keep you ignorant of things. One thing I noticed here, they don't teach you about the government. I have not seen anything, but even in my country, they don't want to teach you what the Constitution or Declaration of Independence. They don't want to teach you any of that stuff. And guys, you need to know that. You need to teach your children that. You know, even though my kids don't live there now, I'm going to teach them that. You know, I'm already showing it to them, reading it to them, and talking to them about it, letting them know about George Washington, different presidents. We were just talking about that. We watched a thing on YouTube about the presidents and, you know, what happened with 8 of them. They had a series on there about 8 of the presidents. We were watching that last night up until late. And the kids are interested in that. And then we can stop it. I like the way the TV works because I can stop it and talk to them about it. So even my wife was asking some questions. So it was kind of cool. I'm going to let you go, guys. I'm rambling again. And you guys all take care. Don't forget to pray for each other. And this is Rick Shaw out.